What's going on, y'all? So look, Terence Bud Crawford just stopped Mean Machine Kavalauskas, right? I can't even pronounce his first name. I did not watch this fight. The reason why I did not watch this fight is because I always watch the boxing matches with my uncle. Unfortunately, my uncle did not order the fight because he had to work late tonight, so I missed this fight. Wish I could have saw it, but from what I'm reading, Bud was in for a fight. Like, he was in a real fight, and I heard he got dropped in the third round. It wasn't count. They didn't count it as a knockdown, but I heard he got dropped. And I'm looking at the punch stats. Through 7 rounds, I saw that Kavalauskas was outlanding Bud. Now, it could be this. Now, I'm not going to overreact. It could be that Bud was just trying to stand in front of him to try to go for the kill and go for the knockout and deliver an exciting fight in front of a crowd, right? He wanted to deliver an exciting fight in front of the crowd, especially against an opponent who ain't nobody know who he was. I guarantee y'all, Bud didn't even know who the hell Mean Machine was. I guarantee you he ain't know who he was. Mean Machine just had a draw against Ray Robinson. And no, I'm not talking about Sugar Ray Robinson. Like, I don't know who he is. When I heard Mean Machine, the dude sounded like a damn wrestler. I'm like, who is Mean Machine? Who is that? Who is dude? I know Bud probably, when Bob Arum told him he was fighting Mean Machine, Bud probably like, who the fuck? Who is that? But anyway, Mean Machine proved to be he was a more game opponent than what they expected. Now, again, it could be that Bud stood in front of him, but I heard Bud was getting touched up a lot more than he usually does, right? And considering the fact that everybody was saying that Errol Spence got exposed by Sean Porter in his last fight, would y'all say that Bud got exposed against Kavalauskas? I wonder would that energy be the same, especially the whole Errol Spence is overrated and he got exposed by Sean Porter crowd. Would you all say that Terence Bud Crawford is now overrated and he got exposed by Mean Machine? I wonder would y'all keep that same energy. Nonetheless, I did not watch the fight. I'm going to watch the fight and actually give a post-fight review after I watch the whole thing. But I made this video to say this, man. It's time for Bud Crawford to leave Top Rank. He should have left Top Rank a long time ago. He should not have re-signed with Top Rank because currently Bob Arum cannot get him no fights. He cannot get him any fights at all. Like, Bud has yet to fight a top 10 welterweight. Show me one top 10 welterweight, one welterweight. He ain't fought no top 10 fighters at 147 at all. And I don't see it in the foreseeable future. Because who the hell Top Rank got for him to fight next? They don't even know who his next opponent is going to be. And I'm hoping for the sake of Bud, because Bud is a tremendous fighter. Let me just say this before people start attacking me and getting mad and saying I hate Bud. He is a tremendous talent. Probably got the best boxing skills in the game. No lie. I'm an Errol Spence fan, but I know for a fact that Bud Crawford is a better boxer. He's more skilled than Errol. And it's clear for me to see. I can tell, right? And he got that mean streak dog in him that I like for fighters to have. So I love Bud. And can switch from orthodox to southpaw. Super skilled. But nonetheless, I just want him to fight better competition. He ain't fought nobody. So I hope for his sake that Bud can fight Sean Porter next. I hope for his sake that he can fight Sean Porter next. Because if he can't, I don't know who he's gonna fight. And it's crazy to me he re-signed with them knowing that the top competition is in the PBC. Now I understand, as a man, right? You want to be able to make a lot of money to feed your family, and whoever the biggest bidder is, most guys gonna go over there. But for the sake of Bud's legacy, he needs to fight these top fighters. Of course, strictly off of the fact that he unified, he was undisputed, in a weight class at 140, that's Hall of Fame worthy material. Nonetheless, Bud ain't look at his resume. His best fight was against Gamboa. That was his best opponent. And after that, I believe, Victor Postal or something like that, not in Dongo. So who? And don't throw me hell no, Jeff Horn. And people be he beat Manny Pacquiao. No, the hell Jeff Horn did not beat Manny Pacquiao. He didn't fight Benavidez. Amir Khan, after he didn't got rocked and dropped several times and just got his jaw rearranged. No. Bud is a pro, an elite fighter. But he needs to be fighting top competition. And I don't want to hear that excuse that for him not fighting Sean Porter, because I heard people saying that he not gonna fight Sean because him and Sean are friends and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, I heard that Errol Spence and Sean Porter were friendly at one point, but they fought each other. And let's be real, if Errol Spence used the excuse that he didn't want to fight Bud Crawford because they were friends, nobody would accept that. Nobody, especially some of Errol's biggest critics, right? But Bud should call out Sean Porter now. He should try to go fight Sean. For real. Because if that fight can happen, one, these are the things that will work in favor for Bud if he were to fight Sean. One, he can dispel this whole notion that PBC and Top Rank can't work together. That they can't do business together, and that hopefully they can get more. He can get in the ring with a Sean Porter. He can get in the ring with, not Sean. If he's fighting Sean, he would get in the ring with Sean. Hopefully he can get in the ring with a Keith Thurman, and when Errol Spence returns, Errol Spence or Danny Garcia in the meantime. So that would dispel that fact. And also, if Bud were to fight Sean, he can show his skills against a truly experienced welterweight that Sean is. And he can show what he can do against a real game opponent. Now, Kavaliauskas, from what I'm hearing, was extremely damn game, especially if he dropped him in the third round, even though it didn't count. And he was outlanding Bud through 7 rounds. And I've seen some clips or a picture of Bud getting rocked. So, yeah, if Bud were to fight Sean, he can show what his skills look like against a game opponent. And also, like, for real, if he would have stopped Sean ain't got stopped by nobody. That would do huge things for how it would really change how outlook on Bud, for real. Like, you would really be like, damn, like, Bud did something Errol couldn't do. So you would look at Bud differently, even though Bud is sitting at the number 1 pound for pound list on a lot of people's lists. And I wouldn't argue with you. He's super skilled, but he ain't fought nobody at 147. And in fact, it is what it is. Now, Mean Machine was his mandatory, but again, who the hell do Top Rank got for him to fight next? They can't give him no fights. Bob Arum has struggled to get fights before in the past. He struggled to work with other promoters. And I don't know, and even he used to have all the top talent. None of them dudes got nothing good to say about Bob at all. They had money issues with Bob and all type of stuff. But Bob dropped that check on Bud. So Bud stayed. It is what it is. But for him to be saying that all these guys don't want to fight him and dudes ducking him, listen, if you were signed with PBC, all them fights would have happened with no problem. I ain't gonna say no problem. They would be easier to make. Not no problem. But they would be easier to make. At least you would at least fought Sean Porter. At least fought a Danny Garcia or something by now. Cause damn, like, nah. But anyway, but yeah, like, for real, if Bud were to fight Sean, it would work in favor for Sean too, because Sean is looking for a way to get back into the mix of the welterweight talk. If he were to beat Bud, he would gain another title, and his name would be ringing. So it would work for Sean too, for them boys to fight each other. And everybody like, oh, Bud was school Sean. Everybody was saying that Errol looked bad. Errol would get demolished against Bud because Bud was school Sean, all this and all of that. And they don't know that Sean Porter is a tough fight for anybody at 147. Anybody at 147. Sean Porter is a tough-ass fighter. Everybody know it. But for real, it got so bad that I was watching this little interview segment, right? That Teddy Atlas, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, they were doing with Bud, right? And Stephen A. like, damn, okay, we want to see what you can do and get some top guys. And then it got so bad that Bud was bringing, like they really discrediting Mean Machine. A lot of them, like, and they work at ESPN, it's supposed to be bigging up Top Rank or whatever. They trying to find a way to big him up. They wasn't even talking about his name for a first couple of minutes of the video. And then Bud trying to bring up dude's Olympic accomplishments to try to show him as a worthy opponent. I'm looking like, bro, you're not fighting in the Olympics, bro. Like, I don't know why you bringing up that, but of course I know why, because he's trying to sell the fight. But it's a lot of people that didn't even know that Bud was fighting tonight. If you're not fight fans, you didn't know, but a lot of people didn't even know that Bud was fighting tonight. So he needs to, and that's a problem with his promotion over there at Top Rank. They're not promoting him the correct way, in my opinion. And they're not setting him up for the elite fights that he needs to be having. And Bo Mack, his trainer, was calling Mean Machine so basic and all this and that. But I heard from what I heard, this wasn't no easy go round, even though Bud knocked him out in spectacular fashion. I'm going to say that. But again, Bud is extremely skilled, no doubt. But I heard he was getting touched up. Y'all tell me, was that true? Is it true? Right? I'm ready for Bud to fight top guys, man. Like Terence, Errol Spence. Errol is returning from injury, from the car accident that he suffered. Hopefully he can come back to full strength. And he can still, be the tough talent that he was before. But I at least want to see Bud fight Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, or Danny Garcia. The Manny Pacquiao fight not happening at all, because if that fight would have happened, they would have fought when they both was on top rank. But look, hell, even Manny Pacquiao got out of there from under Bob Arum. Because he knew what time it was. But really, I think he really wanted to go over there too to fight Floyd. But he knew what time it was with Bob Arum. He got up out of there. But if Bud was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, the time to do that was when they both was on the top rank. It wasn't going to happen. And Bud up there talking about he's alluded to the fact that Manny ducked him and he been calling him out since 2015. But brother, wait a second. He fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2015. Wasn't no way in God's green earth he was gonna fight you, Bud. When he had that mega million, he had the lottery, them lottery numbers, man. That was what was up, and the mega million numbers was up for that fight against Floyd Mayweather Jr. That was a mega prize fight. Of course he was gonna fight Floyd over fighting you, brother. That was not gonna happen. But yeah, man, at this point, Bud only gonna fight who Bob Arum tell him to fight. And Bob can't deliver him any big name game opponents. So we need to see what Bud can do, man. Bud 32. I want to see him make that magical run. I want him to see him be remembered in 147. I want to see him up against top competition, because Bud is just that elite, man. He's a great fighter. He's that talented. I want to see him against the best top dudes. At least against some of the dudes Errol fought. Sean, Kell Brook, ain't got to be Kell. Again, Danny Garcia, who Errol was gonna fight. Keith Thurman out somebody. This is not a video meant to be demeaning towards Bud. I just want to see him fight the best fighters. I want to see him up against top fighters. I just want to see him fight better fighters. That's it, man. But it ain't gonna happen with top rank. That's why he need to shake. He should have shook on him last time. Went to PBC, where fights are easier to make, where the big name welterweights are, so it would be easier to make. And people are like, oh, PBC ain't. The one thing I say too, the PBC dudes will never be seen to be hurting for money at all. Even though people saying they got low purses, they don't get no bread, this and that and the third. But I see Al Haymon took care of Paul Williams after his accident. And all of his fighters are looking like they eating good. So it wouldn't have been no problem. You would have got a nice hefty bag, especially after you deliver against top welterweights. Come on, man. That would have been bad. That would have been great for Bud. I can't tell another man what he need to do, but it would have been in his best interest to go sign with PBC. He would have got the fights that he's looking for. Instead of trying to claim that all the other fighters are ducking him, he could have just went over there and he would have been able to it would have been easier to make those fights that he's looking for, to have that signature moment in his career. Machiavelli Mills TV, peace.